Hi everyone, it's a Pyrite back with you again today. Very excited to be here just into the start of Operation Chimera, the Season 1 of Year 3 for Rainbow Six Siege, and we're going to be having a look at the Operator Lion today, and specifically how to counter these wall hacks that he's got. Now in the background you can see playing, first of all I've got some footage of Lion being used and how easy these kills can be to come by. Such a powerful ability, especially considering that it's a global ability across the team. So it's about time everybody starts thinking, what exactly are we going to do about this on defense? I've got a couple of ideas that I want to share with you, so we'll get into a custom game and we're going to break those down and have a look at some of the best ways that I've come across so far to help play against Lion. Moving into that custom game then, we're going to start with a couple of basics just to help people get to grips with these, and then we're going to move on to the big discussion about mute. So the first thing that I want to talk about is barricades and soft walls. These are Lion's best friends. Now I know a lot of people like to leave barricades intact as it's a noise cue, but you can see here that I've just shot out a few panels and it's still going to take a few punches to put that through, so you'll know if they come in. That is going to stop Lion feeling comfortable to just stand on the other side of that barricade. Now the same here, you've got a soft wall opposite the objective, and what Lion's going to want to do is he's going to get on the other side of this wall, activate his drone, and he can put shots straight through that double door into objective. When I run back round the other side, you're going to see those bullet holes straight through on the door frame, the train, and the far wall. So he can get all the way into objective there, no problem. So what you want to do, again, you need to create a situation whereby he is not comfortable to stand on the other side of that wall, because it's unlikely to be reinforced because it's not part of objective. So taking a tip from Pro League, get one of your shotgun operators and just shoot a line out all the way along, sort of ankle calf level, so that you're not creating a line of sight directly into the objective. We'll go and have a look at that now, but it just makes him uncomfortable. It removes that wall hack element because now there's a line of sight in both directions. You can see there the machinery blocks the line of sight. I could have possibly done it a little bit lower, but it just saves, like I say, it just saves Lion being able to stand there comfortably and just wait for you to appear on his drone. So quite an important one there, and you get a line of sight back. You know, you potentially get shots onto him if he does try to operate in that area, or any of his teammates for that matter. Switching down to kitchen then, you can see that I've changed operators to mute now, and this gets into the meat of the most important and best counter that I've found to Lion so far. So as you probably already know, by standing in a mute jammer, it's going to block you when Lion scans with his drone. You're not going to show up as the red outline. So what I'm doing first here is I'm going to just briefly show you how you would expect to see mute jammers used, probably up to before Operation Chimera. You're going to have a couple of reinforcements. It's going to be placed against them to stop a thermite or Hibana. That job is probably now going to have to be done by Bandit, realistically, because these mute jammers are far too valuable against Lion. So first off, let's have a quick look at exactly how they work. So if we put the radius of the circle up against the wall there, stand on top of it, we can see that the mute jammer's radius is 3 meters, so it means that the entire coverage is around 6 meters diameter in a circle. So if we try and throw another ping out to 3 meters, let's see if we can do it. Of course we can. That gives us an idea of exactly what that distance is. So you can see that is a very large area. Now you've got 4 of these jammers. Now looking at Freezer here, you can cover almost all of the floor space, or at least sort of operationally all of the floor space. You don't need to cover every millimetre, but we're going to cover there sort of up towards the door. We need some overlap. You don't want the lines just touching because it's going to create too narrow a gap for you to be able to move through. So I've found that around 4 metres is a nice distance to create an overlap. And what I'm doing now is I'm just placing these down every 3-4 metres or so, and we're just covering an area that is going to become a safe space for us to operate in. And I think you're going to be surprised when you see it when the final one goes down, just how big that is. Now think about trying to get them in cover as much as possible. This will be a little bit alien to mute players, you know, putting them out in the open, not against walls, but honestly it is absolutely invaluable against Lion. If you look now, I'll just move that one back in. I've gone a little bit too far with that one. The overlap won't be quite sufficient. But if you look now, I've created a space of about 18 meters of a run whereby I can't be detected by Lion. And people, as we've seen so far, once that drone goes up, they're confident to just run in. They're not looking because they think if anybody moves, they're going to show up on my screen. Well, News for you, that isn't the case. So you can see here I can move out of freezer, so they're not expecting anybody to pop out of freezer because they should be able to see you. I can move out of freezer, I can get onto double door, I can get onto sort of the angle coming from bakery kitchen, I can look through the serving hatch, I can bob up and down, I can move around, absolutely not a problem. So what we need to start doing as mute players is we need to start thinking creatively about how much space can we cover with these jammers and how can we create rotations between areas where we can move into a space that we're not going to be expected by the enemy and get that easy kill whilst they're not prepared for it because they think that we should appear on their screen. But let's use that complacency that Lion is going to create against him and his team. So as you can see, I've been getting back towards playing mute quite a lot. He was my first main, so it's like coming back to your first love, and it's just about using that space and creating safety for your teammates to operate whilst that drone is active. Hopefully in the near future we can maybe see a little buff to Mute's gun to make him even more viable, but for the meantime he has just become much more important to counter Lion. That's all we've got for you today, and as I said earlier, if you've got another method or technique for countering Lion, we'd love to see it in the comments below. If you haven't already, please hit like and please hit subscribe. We really do appreciate all the time that you give us and the support in watching these videos, and we just hope that somewhere down the line we can help you enjoy Siege a little bit more. So for now, go and give Mute a try, get creative, get those safe spaces created for you and your team, stop being that easy kill and say enough is enough. We'll see you next time.